just for fun, as we rest here together, how do you sense the field that we're generating here together? And, you can't get it wrong because you're just speaking about what you sense. So some kind of broad strokes. Is the field all the way quiet? Is just how do you sense it? And then if you sense it a certain way, is there a tendency to think that that means something about you? Just to explore those couple of things. And whatever, don't all speak at once. What do you notice? And since I've asked that question, is there a change in the field? Just
For me, I had, it's Jakub.
yeah, see,
Speaking.
go for it.
I had recently busy day with family, so I was speaking loudly and a lot. So there are thoughts, but the field itself, I am not sure if I can do it separately, but it feels, the field itself, I perceive something like energy, which is quiet, and then there are thoughts too.
Okay, thanks. Please go for it, Svara.
Yeah, it's not only today, but usually, and today also, I feel like I'm sailing on a boat and I come to the port.
Okay.
Where all this feeling of, God thanks, there's a port, And I had that today as well, like the safe haven, you say? I don't know. Yeah, I feel safe here. And feel like there's maybe the little troubles of the day, they can, thanks God you are here, thanks God we are here. And meeting in the name of that, and that already, sometimes I think, God, is it projection, or is it the field, or is it both and everything, or, yeah, it is making a lot to me. It's, yeah.
Thanks. Judith.
I feel when you invited us to feel the field, that slowly the arriving became more and more and more present in the now, being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, as we come together, there's a chance, you could say, for reflection, just to notice what's going on. And to me, it's useful in that exploration of what's going on to not take it all personally, to recognize it, be part of a field and part of even a bigger field in terms of the world. So, we come here, there's this beauty of being with people that have this interest to explore. And then what everyone's bringing from their day. And so just allowing that information to be present with, and just watching where it gets taken personally in any way. Like as we jumped on, the first few moments, I could feel judgment flooding through my system. I'm going, wow, that's interesting. Before I sat here, I didn't have any judgments in my mind, and suddenly there were judgments. I go, okay, well, far out. Who knows where that's coming from, whether it's just coming in me or in the field. But I do notice a difference when if something in me thinks it has something to do with me, rather than just being able to watch it like clouds drifting across the sky. We don't think it means anything about us, right?
And also, Isaac, your invitation makes it in a short time very clear where we are here for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's directly, okay, what's going on? And
yeah.
So it gives that invitation.
And it takes a few moments when we first meet, just settle to, it's always like that. Maybe not for everyone. It's kind of in a way, it's like if someone makes a beautiful meal for you and you're tasting it, and if you love food and you love cooking, you start, what are the different ingredients in this particular soup? What are all the different threads that are coming into this moment through all these expressions of life? Bedankt.
Hello, Isaac.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good morning, good evening.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, it's very interesting what happened just the last minutes, actually. It was like not able to sink in, really, no? Like just in the middle of the body, it was not possible to just settle down or to feel actually resting also.
Mm.
And now a lot broaden a lot of energy in the solar plexus again.
Mm.
And I felt also last time when we were sitting, so much rage was faced. And I felt I stopped in a certain point because there was something like, can be too much or too something like this. And right now I feel the same, but I think it's not the same, but it feels like just being present, please, again, a moment with this solar plexus. There's really often a lot going on, yes. Yeah. Or just being present a moment without idea. Mm.
You know, it's so amazing. Like we rest together, and what are the different possibilities? One is being focused on my ideas of you, or how I feel you. Another is resting, and just there's awareness and there's experiencing happening. Another is focused on experience and I would say being busy with experience. There's so many nuances, yeah.
I know,
like
yes.
that. Yeah. So we hear, and there's experiencing. It seems like once there's consciousness, there's experiencing, and
Just when we started, I just felt before you were speaking, something opened up and something feels like smiling, actually, a lot here. Nothing serious. Yeah.
yeah. Just,
really like, oh, yeah. But yeah.
it's also, for me, interesting as we just rest to see what is the conversation that's going on silently between, you
Oh,
know, like how's the flow of information happening?
okay.
And
What
because,
I,
you know, like that flow of information has with it, you could say what's automatic and unconscious, and it has also what's interesting in the moment. It's like, so like the interest to meet beautifully, for example,
yes,
there can be that interest, and then there's what's going on automatically, unconsciously.
yes.
So for me, that's, I can say, just as we're resting, just hearing the conversation.
What was the last, when we,
Hearing the conversation, just like the energetic conversation.
yes.
So like, you know, when we were sitting with everybody, it's like, okay, what's the conversation coming from everybody? And then it's like, it's a lot of information. It's all happening at once. And there it's, you know, it's like, how do we, it's like hearing a piece of music and being able to hear some of the notes. So when it's just like this, resting with, it's like hearing the notes that are communicating at this moment. So, and then for me, it's fun to hear, you know, how do you sense it when we rest together? What?
Yeah, I felt actually more relaxing, also
Yeah.
very, and I felt it as sweet actually. When,
And what you were talking about, the sensations in the belly, did that shift
yeah,
or
they
change?
are, yeah, very much. They are just,
Yeah.
it is like the whole, before it was stuck, and now it's really melting down.
Yeah.
And I come to earth.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes, and I feel this is my this is a longing, you know, like I was actually, when it's okay to speak, what appeared the last two times when we were sitting, I was very surprised that it came in focus actually. And how to say, not to take it so personally, it's just, you know, just, okay, it appears again, or appeared again. And yeah, and I would love to share what happened last time after we were setting. It was like a disconnection of the pull to go to the old. Something like this was very beautiful, to go into the sweet or the nourishment, or it was really as there would be a decision in my belly deeply to disconnect to this old information, something like this. Yeah. And today I felt just what I've shared, and now I feel really very melting, yeah, coming down, and yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Eva. Hi.
Hi.
Anyone that you want to speak, you're welcome. No need.
Yes. It's really, really good to sit like this. I can feel, I think also like so much is happening since the last time also that we said, and this, it feels like you know, this running after something, and then it kind of like, yeah, is seen now that it's doing it, and then I can feel of what it has been running from, I guess. And it feels, when I'm sitting with you, it felt like it went pretty deep into also things with my mom. Yeah, like, and when I'm alone, like, it's not now, but I can feel like, for example, in the morning sometimes, because it was, I think it has been running so much after something, and then when it's not there anymore, it feels really weird. It feels good. I can feel that it is just to feel it. It feels good, but it also feels a lot of sadness and in my heart, and like it is sometimes an overwhelming feeling of fear of being. It's translated of fear of being alone, but I know it's not that. It's just a sensation of, but it feels very existential. Yeah. But now when I'm sitting with you, I could just feel things like that integrating, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you, that's how it felt to me. Just like, oh, well, just to be, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, thanks. And thanks for all you do just to help facilitate these meetings happen. It's precious to me. Thank you.
Such pleasure. It's so, I love to be part of it. And yeah, and with all the beautiful people that are helping. Bas also doing so much. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. I like to do it.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. Frank.
Hello.
Hi, Frank.
The question that was in my mind is if perhaps it was my system that you felt with the judging, because I feel there's quite a lot of hardness going on in the system against myself, and perhaps also, yeah, projecting outwards. And yeah, it is like, it's again about this thing, the situation when all the sensation of the nervous system changed. It's a bit like more than 1 year ago it was. And from this time on, I wasn't able to feel the heart or emotions very often, and yeah, it's behind the curtain, and there is the thought that that I did do, I don't know, something wrong, and then yeah.
So just be that, you know, to me, it's not about right or wrong or good or bad. It's just to notice moment by moment. Okay, look, there's a momentum of old patterns playing. So you noticed, okay, there's this, and beautiful to speak it too. You know, you spoke it in a very clear way. I noticed that that tendency or that habit in the system, when it feels a certain way, that it judges, and it inside and outside. And I'm sure everybody knows the same thing, Frank. That's just, you know, so beautiful you see it, and then to be gentle with it if possible. Okay, the system like that. It's just it's like that's its habit, you could say, when a certain feeling level is there. And, you know, this way of noticing it, that's honest and vulnerable, is the best medicine. And it doesn't get suppressed, it doesn't get jumped over, it doesn't get, you know, just like, oh wow, yes. That's old information in the system and how it manifests, how it functions, how it.
Yes, there's also like a layer of helplessness.
But that helplessness is an interpretation.
Also like a senselessness somehow, like, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can feel that. Yeah, of course. You know, that feeling of senselessness, let's just play with it for a moment, yeah. You know, when there's enjoying, doesn't matter, even just a little bit of enjoying, that senselessness disappears. That senselessness comes when somehow our system is not, there's some sense of not being at ease.
Mhm.
Then, of course, helplessness will arise because we want to come out of it and we can't. Senselessness will arise because we want to come out of it, we can't come out of it, so what's the use of anything? I mean, it all, but it starts with just, there's something playing in our system that doesn't feel at peace, or that feels some sense of not being at ease.
Mhm. Yeah, there's the thought that the change perception, that change from, let's say, one evening to another morning, it was, that this is not good or not normal, and then there's the activity to trying to fix it, or
Exactly, which usually just makes it worse. So we hear there's an interest to be at peace. Simply just be peace. To be loved, yeah. Regardless of circumstance, regardless of anything, yeah? Because it's not dependent on anything. Only thing that troubles us then is automatic, unconscious movements or information, yeah? Now, if there's something playing, either from our ancestry, from our conditioning. We'll pick it up in that sense where something doesn't feel just, oh, this is lovely. This is so even though it's uncomfortable, it's good information. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the chest.
And just in your own, we haven't done anything to fix anything or change anything. Just is something changing as we're resting here together? Ultimately, it's changing every moment. Ultimately, it's changing. Yeah.
Mhm.
But then, in which direction is it getting more uncomfortable, or is it getting more in the direction of resting?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's okay. Sometimes we don't know. It's just like that.
But there's, yeah, something like, it feels more like energy, a little bit more like energy than just pressure.
Yeah, and the smile came.
Now it's like the heart feels closed somehow.
So one way to describe is like our systems are communicating, yeah?
Mm.
Our nervous systems. And so I'm curious how you hear the conversation that's going on. As we hear, the nervous systems are having their own conversation based on their the conditioning, the trauma and stuff. But then when we sit together, there's something where there's communication.
Mm.
So, you sense that anything in me wants you to be different, or is no? Okay, cool. So you can feel this presence. It's meeting whatever's going on, doesn't matter.
Hmm.
It's not trying to change it, it's not trying to fix it. It's hearing the conversation. And it's not losing itself in the conversation. So it's just, yeah, it doesn't, it's not, it's just, in a sense, I could say, just keeps inviting.
Mm.
It's okay, you know, like I think there's a Rumi power, something about there's a, geez, right now I can't remember the words, but there's a space somewhere and I'll meet you there, yeah? It's just like that invitation, just, yeah, we're here. It's okay, that it's really okay for us to meet beautifully. And if it's a moment, you know, if it's meant to be somehow, you know, it's like there's no push for it. It's just gentle invitation. It's just kind of, there's an enjoyment in extending the invitation, and it really doesn't matter if there's a response, but it loves it when there's a response, but it's not pushing for it. It's just,
Yeah. Yes, somehow I'm touched by your patience.
yeah, of course, and it's beautiful that there's that touch, because it recognizes something beautiful there, and it can feel something responds to that invitation. How far out? And maybe we never got that invitation from our parents or our caregivers or our lovers, whatever. We don't know, you know, but it's like then in this moment we're sitting here and something in your system is signaling. In a sense, it's like a baby crying. Something, it's not at ease. And it's, you know, it's crying in a way where it says, please see me and feel me, and no pity, no, not interested in anything other than just taking this opportunity to meet beautifully. That's how I hear the conversation coming from you.
Yeah, it also feels like that from my side.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a sweet communication happening, you know, it's like it's rare and it's beautiful just to acknowledge it. It's, yeah. And there's no teacher, there's no student, there's just life meeting itself, you know, it's just. And you can feel the conversation, to me, it feels like the conversation is getting finer and finer. At least that's the way it feels to me. I don't know how it feels to you, but I would guess it feels like that.
Mm. Yes, perhaps not. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Interesting, your chair with your picture, then it looks like, yeah, it just, because you've got those holes in the chair behind you, and then the towel or something behind, or a sweater, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, funny picture somehow. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like a
cool.
helmet.
Yeah. Cool, Frank.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Ah, Sylvie. Hi, Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac.
But you notice?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. That's nice to hear.
And you?
Yeah, enjoying.
Yeah.
Anything that wants to be spoken?
No.
And
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, love. Beauty. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Oh, Samuel. Hey, Samuel.
Hey,
I'm curious if you sense any sensations in the left side of your head, just
oh
where you're
yeah,
there.
now yeah,
Okay.
now you know. You for it's like a
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I noticed that also somehow since the last conversation, there's a pattern of efforting that seems to have just integrated and not.
seeing how useless it is.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah, not
Mhm. So,
Thank you.
Jonathan,
Hello, Isaac.
hey, Jennifer.
Love to sit with you.
Welcome.
I have a sharp pain in my right shoulder, but right now I just feel so delicious with you. Don't know why it wants to grip like that.
Just, out of curiosity, just tracking, seeing where it's connected to, just how does it, where does it have connections to, and to any organs, to any emotions, just gently tracking, just like curiously, not with, just allowing its communication to come into consciousness. Yeah?
I feel like a bit in my kidneys, like it's like there's some fear around it.
That's what I was feeling, specifically my left kidney.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how it is in you. I wasn't sure if that's me or you, but I was okay. Wow, I feel the connection going down.
It kind of feels both, but I feel it actually more on the right side.
Mhm,
Yeah, it's just there's just a fear around it.
mhm. You just keep tracking, but just seeing where else. It's just like it's a pattern, you could say. So it'll have its places that it's more prominent and places where it's more subtle. Just
I also feel it in my liver.
yeah, interesting, eh? And just as it's receiving attention like this, what happens to the intensity of sensation in the shoulder? Is it changed or same or more or less?
Yeah, the gripping isn't so tight, and it actually is sort of releasing like heat.
Okay, all right. Okay. And let's just keep listening, tracking, hearing. You know, to me, it seems like I know your interest includes being aware of the underbelly, so to speak, everything that's going on behind the scenes. And it's a lot to be aware of and to remain as peace in it. Yeah. And I know that's your interest. But it is a lot, you know, with all these train explosions and chemicals. And I mean, it's just, fuck, it's endless.
Oh.
And then, I mean, I loved I think it was in your posts about how life is using you, finding you at the right space to speak to people and could welcome the information that you kind of explored and researched.
Yeah, I just feel a lot of heat releasing from my body.
For us.
I don't know if you can feel it.
Definitely, it's lovely to track with you. I enjoy that.
Sorry, what was the last bit?
It's lovely to track with you. I enjoy that.
Mm. Track away.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, to me, it's, you know, the tracking is just recognizing it's playing in the field of consciousness. It doesn't belong to anyone in particularly. And I can just see how, you know, it's for the benefit of all beings just to be able to track like this and let it release, you know. So with again, with no push for anything to happen, just all facilitated through awareness, just this awareness and this capacity to make fine distinctions. I mean, it's,
It just, when it's happening in this system, it just feels like, I don't know, somehow the world opens up to more.
yeah.
Not just this, it just, I don't know how to explain.
No, I get it. I mean, the words are pretty, I mean, we use them as best as we can.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Josie and then Andrea. So Josie for now. Hi, Josie.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, I hear you and I see you.
Hi. Can I sit with you for a moment?
Oh, with pleasure. Yes. That's perfect. When you're in the center of the screen and it feels like my eyes are meeting your eyes, right? Yeah, cool. If you can, give some words to the energetic conversation that's happening as we rest together. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but just in that direction.
So there's calmness.
Yeah.
Sort of feels like there's lots of energy there. Coming, it sort of feels like heat. Pulsations. But it's all very calm.
It's gentle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a sense that your nervous system is getting new information?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Cool, cool. And just, it's interesting when we get new information, you know, it's like just watching how our system takes that information, how it assimilates it. You know, it's like, because it'll take what's useful to it and it'll throw out what's not useful. Just like when we eat food, you know, it takes what's useful and the rest it just, the body gets rid of. So
Seems quite useful.
yeah, it's beautiful to notice that. Yeah, it's just like, because it's gentle, there's no demand, there's no wanting anything to be different. So the system can just sift through it, can just, okay, wow, all right, this feels good. Yeah.
And there is a sense of just letting go, just
Most of us, there's, like you could say, this habitual holding on that usually is out of our view. We don't even notice that it's there. We're just so used to it. Yeah, it's because it's a habit, you could say. It's just, and we've been living with it most of our lives. So, but then suddenly you just know, oh, something's letting go that I didn't even know it's not. It's far out. And it feels okay. It feels good, actually. It's not Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not a doing, it's just like a, this kind of communication only really happens when there's a sense of safety, when we feel there's no agenda, there's no trying to change anything. But when we feel safe, then the system can take the information. There's no criticism, there's no judgment, there's just gentle presence, which registers as, I would say, unconditional love, to put words on it. But in some ways, I would say, in almost all of us, we would love to be able to just embody unconditional love, just live as that love and be that invitation. It's just like, so beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for taking this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You too. And then, there you go. Hi.
Du machst gerade dran. Denkt, links auf dem Galeriefeld ist es, auf den Kacheln unten. Ganz links unten. Nee, also
Roland,
Roland,
could you mute, please? Thanks.
I already muted.
Fantastic. Thank you.
I love how the wind moves your curtain.
Ah,
Mm.
it's like sweet love flowing. Yes.
For me, it felt like a big magic broom. Like
Yeah.
swiping out all residues. And still, I would love to mention that Yatran has been away for around about 4 or 5 days now. And it always, or often, especially as we had this, when I have been away last time, I got this new information, like something new in our lives. I fell in love. I mean, he did. And this time it again felt very strong, like being left for certain parts in my system.
Yeah.
And I could really be like super gentle with it.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So you didn't leave yourself.
No.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I was just, as we do here, tracking. And but in a certain point, I mean, Yatran called me twice, and the connection was always very like choppy. And somehow anger arose in my system, like really tough anger.
Yeah, you can say underneath that sense of being left, that emotion was sitting. Yeah?
After this, under this sense of being left, what did you say?
That anger was sitting. Yeah.
And right now it feels as if another, I mean, as if like, even just through speaking it, more energy flow.
Yeah, for sure.
Life was like rushing through.
Yeah, because it's that funny thing. We have, there's so much conditioning around anger that's not allowed or whatever, that it means something about us. And just to touch, okay, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, and it was totally, I mean, I sent an SMS then, which is, at first was like kind of friendly with a certain tone. And then Yatran replied, and I answered like, piss off. Leave me fucking alone. And it felt so right for that moment to and not to start to interpret around it, and to just feel the heat that it, I resonated very much with the heat Jennifer mentioned. It really felt like this transformational heat, like, oh yes, yes, come take me. Yeah. Yep, but this
just feeling as you're speaking, because you in the life, it activates whatever's left there, and just just watching it and seeing it. It's okay, just tracking it. Same, all is well, and this is revealing itself and coming through. And, in a certain sense of, who knows whether it's ever been allowed to speak whether it's ever had a voice before, without believing in it, without making it mean something about you, without making it mean something, but just its voice of just saying, yeah.
It
Leaving
felt like,
the-
or it feels in this very
Yeah.
moment like such a big yes to myself, like such honoring to whatever is here.
I'm just tracking again because it's beautiful. In my body, it's beautiful to feel what's happening. Saying my body in this system, whatever. Yeah, it's clumsy language, sorry.
What comes up is that it somehow till now there was like a core belief that this system or this freedom can just be possible when I separate. Like boom, right to the core of it. Ah.
Beautiful scene. Just seeing they have that idea, you know, like somewhere in the system, and
Yeah.
that's believed in how much energy that cost, and just to see the idea for what it is. It's, you know, it's just some. Who knows where you got that information? You know, like from your mother or your father or somewhere in your ancestry. You know, the only way to be truly free is to separate. Like, you know, some kind of contract or idea or I'm saying it's not true. You are already. End of story.
Yeah, and also so beautiful to see that this made me reactive still, you know, like in the dynamic. And I spoke with Bettina about it the other day, like when Yatrin is giving or gave me the information of a certain quality of energy he senses with me, there was this strong reaction on it, which like was like the confirmation, oh, I just can do that alone. Yeah, okay, but it is so cool to see it.
Yeah. You know, there's another side that's just worth bringing into the picture. You know, it's like where something in us doesn't feel free to be as alive and as juicy as we are. It's like, you know, it and it's somehow connected, you know, to how when we experience being left, that something in us doesn't want to leave someone else or give them that felt sense. So it backs off from being as alive as we truly are. Just to bring it into the picture and seeing, you know, it's like,
It's interesting. There's like a cool wind inside of my hands.
Yeah. It doesn't even mean that we have to do anything. It just means it's something that was tied, some idea that was tied to not hurting or not being the cause of any hurt. Such a beautiful untangling, just exquisite.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Neat.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, feet.
Lots of gratefulness that we can come sit here with you anytime, again and again and again. Wow, and you are so generous and so, yeah. And also watching, thinking, always stopping, and then what was it about? What's the context of my action here in this moment, and so on. Yeah, I like it. Or it's amusing. It's interesting to notice. Yeah. And if there was time, and if there was a process, which is only appearing like a process, but if then, yeah, it really such an interest in this.
Again, without a right or a wrong, or a good or a bad, just a very gentle noticing. How would you describe the signals that the automatic unconscious patterns in you give in this moment? Just gently. I mean, maybe you can, maybe you can't. And if possible, without any idea, just allowing it to come into consciousness, yeah?
Yeah. Mhm. Phew. One is, yeah, it's an old habit, kind of performing some kind of presentation or in that direction.
And what's the signal that gives?
Probably irritation or in that something in that direction. That's a thought.
But that might be the response to that. But what's the actual signal that it gives? And without right or wrong, you know, clearly this is just, it's an opportunity. We just, so.
The signal is something is seen, something is understood. This is from this side.
How does it invite me? How does it invite life to meet it there? Does it say, come right in, you're so welcome here, or is it a little different than that?
Yeah, it's a little different, of course.
Okay, so just what is it? What's it actually, if it could speak in words, what's it saying? It's something like, you know, I would like to meet, but not really, or something like that. It's like, so, you know, it's not a coherent signal, I would say it like that. It's just,
yeah, this is a very gentle and kind expression in words.
yeah. And you can see, look, there's no conscious choice to function that way.
Yeah.
It's doing the best it can, you know. It's like it's. So all we're doing is we just making it, you know, bringing it to consciousness, allowing it to be seen. It's not right or wrong.
Yeah.
And of course, it'll get feedback.
Yeah.
Where it meets, like it meets discomfort that can't be held by itself, you know. So if it meets another nervous system where this, it goes, what the fuck? It's incoherent signals. It's not comfortable in me. I want to get away. Something that would be an automatic response. And so then your system would have to find some way of dealing with that energetic communication also. So it would do something, you know, to deal with that. So it's like a whole, you could say, structure.
Yeah.
And beautiful that it's coming into view. It's no, again.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just when you tune to that structure, now that we've kind of spoken it and maybe made it more clear, can you find that structure in either your father or your mother or somewhere where your system learned that or was instructed to function?
Mother, I was a mother boy in childhood.
Yeah.
Mother was a central figure.
Okay, so just to see, and then just seeing if you can recognize that your nervous system doesn't have to be. It's its own thing. It doesn't have to take on that thing with your mother. Just like, in a sense, okay, Mom, I see that was your instruction, and it's not needed anymore. Just like,
This is clear. Yeah. It's not needed anymore.
Yeah. On any
Really?
level.
Yeah.
On any level, on any dimension, it's just not useful, necessary.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
I think in many of us, there's residues where our system is still in some kind of symbiotic connection with our caregivers, and it never learned to make the distinction now. This is its own nervous system. It doesn't need to be, participating anymore.
Yeah. Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like when it's a big one like this, you'll feel ripples of it maybe over the next hours, days, whatever it is. Living it, just noticing, touching a core. Cool. Let's go to gallery view. Yeah, thank you, Pete. Let's go to gallery view for a moment and just. Was that exploration useful and to anybody else? Did anyone get value from that? Just to see, Pete.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Barbara. Hi.
Hi. I'm always not sure to say, yes, I got value, because it's a little unclear.
No worries. No worries. And thanks for acknowledging it like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be clear in it, but somehow it feels that it's an interpretation, probably. There's some noticing. Sometimes it happens when you call for connect with a whole group or with a bigger space, that I sense that something in my kidneys is reacting. And it was a huge reaction when Andrea was talking, and it's still sitting there somehow.
What did you notice? Just speaking of
kind of unpleasant feeling in the kidney area. Maybe it's no, but these are the kidneys, but it's little.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So we don't know what wants to reveal. All we know that there's sensations, isn't it? Your attention noticed it, you could say.
Yeah. I mean, just the words being left is like, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's not pleasant, for sure.
Yeah.
And then if I talk, when I talk this, and my heart is in pain also.
Yeah.
I guess everybody has some experience with that, and it's.
Yeah. And when you speak now, is this an adult organization or a very young organization? Just again, it might be imagination. Just what do you sense when I ask that question?
I would say it's young.
Yeah, that's my feeling too. Very young.
And somehow this evening there's this, it's a strange word somehow because it's so used in the spiritual surrounding, but it feels like surrendering somehow, like this. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, exquisite. Just where your caregivers, I think in this case it's your mom, left you, wasn't able to really be there. What instruction did her system give in dealing with that sense of being left?
Like she was, it was too much for her. Like,
Yes, I understand, but then she could see that your system felt left, and somehow her system instructed you in, like in how to be with that sense of being left. That's not healthy. It did its best because it knew it left you, and it also couldn't deal with your system being hurt by it. So it gave you an instruction about how to be with everything that came up for
yeah,
you.
how to be with life even, no? How to be
Yeah.
to be in connection, how to be in connection to life, to be in connection to everything.
Yeah. So can you name the instruction? Just what was the instruction?
Like life is a shit or something.
Yeah. And
Somehow.
how to be with that life as a shit. What was the instruction? I love how you're looking.
It's a little bit like it's not my business. Just take care of yourself or something like this, or
Take care of yourself, and how to do that energetically.
by kind of shutting down, or
By shutting down. That was the instruction. And so just, you could see that that was an instruction. It wasn't meant with any ill will. From her perspective, she couldn't, her system couldn't handle it, so she left you. And then the instruction to shut down was an instruction how to survive that being left.
Yeah, because she also got this instruction.
Yeah, she also got that instruction. So it's you could say it's an inheritance, yeah, like goes back through your ancestry.
Yeah, her mom died when she was born.
Okay. So you can see it's like
She couldn't kind of not be a mom.
Yeah.
Also, she got 4 children. Like, it's kind of strange, but
yeah. So you're just untangling in a sense, you know, like how life moved, and just to see how much just take care of yourself by shutting off, you know, and just getting a sense of it and how it's played in this lifetime, and then just seeing if it's necessary anymore, or if there is another possibility.
yeah, I mean, somehow I already know.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, this other stuff is also still there. Like, it's a
Yes. Okay. So now just
kind of
just looking, yeah, just looking at it and seeing, okay, canceling that instruction. That instruction is no more necessary. Just across all dimensions, it's absolutely, it's done. It brought you to this point, helped you to survive. Thank you, and it's done.
then comes a lot of joy.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't say a lot of, but it's like little stuff.
Yeah. I can feel.
Mm. And tingling in my hands.
Integrating just happened. It's allowed to integrate, and
Yeah, somehow I don't know how to do it, but I guess it's
no,
happening.
it's just yeah. It's not a doing. It's just yeah. It's okay. It's allowed to. It's a welcome to. Grateful that it's integrating, and let it do its own thing. You don't have to do anything.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, beloveds, for showing up. Thank you, Andrea, for hosting today.